It really is Yoda.
Hey everybody, my name is Jordan.
And I am Eric.
And today I'm going to be explaining what happened in the land before time. This one might actually work out.
Yeah, you might actually know how to explain it. So what happened?
We start off.
Dinosaurs.
You can't interrupt me, Eric.
Dinosaurs.
There's a little eggy, and it's Littlefoot. He's a little long neck, and he pops out of the egg.
And he says, hello.
No, he doesn't. He comes out, and he's like, ah, ah. That's like the exact noise that he makes. And his mother is like, your name is Littlefoot. And I love you, basically.
Your name is Littlefoot, and I love you.
Their little long neck family is on the way to the Great Valley.
How do they know that the valley exists?
Probably dinosaur rumors. Like, a bird hears it and goes, hey, did you hear about the Great Valley? And down here, a Triceratops is like, oh my god, the Great Valley. That's the Triceratops. He goes, the Great Valley, oh my god. And then he goes
And then
over.
a long neck comes out and he's like,
Did you hear about the Great Valley?
oh my god.
On the way to the Great Valley, Littlefoot meets Sarah.
Spike.
Not yet.
Petrie.
Not yet, he meets Sarah. And then Sarah's racist. And she's like, I don't play with long necks. I only play with 3 horns. And Littlefoot's like, he doesn't see the racism. A sharp tooth comes and it tries to eat them. But Littlefoot's mother rescues them. The sharp tooth falls off a cliff. And the reason it falls off a cliff is because that's when the earthquake starts, I believe. Littlefoot's mom, she got kind of damaged in the fight and she gets like hit by some rocks or something.
She's like an inanimate object. She didn't get injured or hurt. She was damaged.
So she falls onto the ground and it starts raining. And she's like, Littlefoot, you know the way to the Great Valley? God, how do you get to the Great Valley? The first stop is like trees. Second stop is the tar pit and then some lava. Oh, and she gives him a tree star. And there's also a dinosaur that falls off a cliff and it looks really sad.
What you say?
Littlefoot is now on his journey by himself to get to the Great Valley. And the first little dinosaur friend that he meets is Ducky. And she starts following him and they become good friends while they're like playing hopscotch. Littlefoot, he grabs onto some leaves on a tree. He's like, that looks tasty. And he goes to bite it. And Petrie slides down and they come face to face and it's really scary for a second. They find a little egg in some bushes. This little dinosaur pops out of the egg. And it's Spike and he's a little...
Stegosaurus.
I was gonna say a spike tail, but that is also the correct term, I believe.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they meet Sarah again. Sarah tags along anyway, just because. You see the first spot on the map, the trees. Then Sarah's like, it's the Great Valley, I found it! Then all of these Bronchiosauruses, they start eating.
Oh yeah, they come in out of nowhere. They're like, we don't care about children. We're just going to stomp at them and eat all of their food.
There's no food left except for like a little patch on a tree. Sarah tries to get it down, she butts into the tree. And Littlefoot's like, no you idiot, you can't. So Littlefoot grabs some leaves and throws them down to her to make her think that she got the leaves down herself.
And she goes,
That's what I used to do when I was a kid.
yeah, she really did.
I would eat my taco bar. They all go to sleep in like a big footprint. I think it's a sharp tooth footprint, right?
So.
And they just don't look at the ground. All the little dinosaurs go over and sleep next to Littlefoot and they leave Sarah alone in the cold, like on a little hill. In the middle of the night, they get attacked by the sharp tooth. And they run away and they hide in a little hole to escape. And Littlefoot's like, no, Sarah!
You're going the wrong way.
And then they fight and Sarah wins. And so they all go with Sarah and leave Littlefoot alone. Does he still have his tree star?
No, he lost it. They got stomped by a dinosaur.
What you say?
Sarah leads their group to a tar pit and a lava pit. She doesn't know where she's going. Spike and Ducky get stuck on some rocks and they're surrounded by lava and they're like, oh no, help me! And then Petrie gets stuck in some tar and he's like, Sarah, save me! I don't know if she doesn't hear him or if she just ignores him, but she just walks away. Littlefoot isn't too far away and he hears them and he goes, I'm coming! And he goes and saves Ducky and Spike and he saves Petrie.
And they get covered in tar.
Sarah is trapped by some dinosaurs and they're all covered in tar and they look like this really scary creature and they have like sticks popping out and they're like, rah! And they scare the dinosaurs away. And they also scare Sarah. She's like, don't eat me. And they're like, Sarah, it's us. And she gets all embarrassed and flustered because they scared her and she felt weak and she went the wrong way and everybody knows it. So she runs off and cries. After that, they're walking. I guess they just kind of left Sarah. They left Sarah. That's what happened. These dinosaurs.
Well, she was going the wrong way.
Yeah, but afterwards they scared her away and said, okay, let's go to the Great Valley. They just left her in tears. They're walking to the Great Valley, and Petrie like spots the shark tooth. He's like, ah! And they make this plan to lure him into the water because they figure he can't swim with his little arms. He's got a big head and little arms, and he doesn't know if his plan was well thought out. Littlefoot and Spike, they're supposed to push a big boulder onto his head to drown him. God, this movie is violent.
But they can't do it without Sarah.
And with Sarah's help, they knock the boulder onto the Sharptooth's head. He like grabs Petrie and he pulls him down into the water with him, and they're like...
With his arms?
With his teeth. He pulls Petrie down into the water and they both drown.
What you say?
All the little dinosaurs start crying and they're like, poor Petrie, poor Petrie, and they all leave because that seems to be what they do to each other. Ducky stays around long enough to see that Petrie flies up over the cliff where they were, and he goes, I'm alive! And then she hugs him really tight, and he's like choking, and she's like, you're mine, you're alive, yep. Okay, then they're all off, and Littlefoot goes off on his own because he leaves the group again. He sees his mother in the clouds, and she's like, Littlefoot, what are you doing? I would just like to say that when I was little, this cloud in the sky that was supposed to be his mother, I never thought it looked like his mother. I thought it looked like Yoda. It totally was Yoda. Yoda shines some light down. It's like, and he says...
You must go to the Dagobah system.
His mother, who is Yoda, is just like shining light, showing him the
No,
way.
she's the cloud's running away, and he's like, wait, mother!
See, the theme of this movie is just abandoning
the ones
friends.
you love.
Yeah. It leads him to like a little cliff, and he's looking out, and the light slowly... How do I say this? How do I put it elegantly?
Cascades across the valley, crescendoing out.
And the light cascades across the valley, crescendoing out, revealing the Great Valley.
Yeah.
And then all the other dinosaurs come up, and they go, Littlefoot, you found it! Littlefoot finds his grandpa and grandma. Sarah finds her father, and she's like, hey! He's like,
Sarah!
Ducky goes to find her mom, and
Tells
Ducky's mom.
her mom about the new addition to the family, Spike.
And then Petrie finds his mother and all of his little brothers and sisters. He flaps so hard that he blows his brothers and sisters away. And his mom's like, I'm so proud of you, as the little ones fall out of the tree to their death. So now the movie's over. Is there any song at the end? There is a pretty song at the end during the credits.
Turn around.
I was just about to say
Something about dreams.
So that was The Land Before Time. And I think this one was actually pretty accurate for the first time.
I don't know, this is one movie you know better than I do.
I done good. For real this time, you don't need to watch the movie because I explained it pretty darn well.
I would still watch the movie.
Yeah, you should watch the movie because this one's so cute. Also, subscribe.
When rivers are forming, they swoosh out like that, and then once it gets to a certain point, they kind of forget the little swoosh, so you end up with these little curved little...
Music is so fucking beautiful.